Adding pages to Google Sites. Once you have the home page of your site complete, you're going to probably want to add additional pages and subpages that will contain other types of information. So in this case, we're going to have pages for a weekly recap, special events, thoughts and reflections. I now need to add those to my site itself. To do this, I'm going to go to the right-hand side and select Pages. There's a plus sign at the bottom of this menu bar. I'm going to hit that plus, and I'm going to be given two options. One where I can add a new link. This is if I was going to go to an external site, or one for me to add a new page. That's the option I'm going to select. I'm going to name my page, in this case, Weekly Recap. I'm going to hit Done. This will then create that next page. You can see as I come down here, it's going to put this weekly recap at the same level as my home page, and it's going to add it to my navigation bar at the top. Now say I wanted to have another page here and have a subpage under weekly recap, perhaps one for each week. To do that, I go through the same steps by hitting New Page, and this is going to say week of May 17th. I'm going to hit Done. But I don't want this to be at the same level. I want it to fall underneath weekly recap. All I need to do is grab over here on the right-hand side, grab that page, and I'm going to drag it over top of weekly recap. You'll notice that my words have changed blue. That will now make this a subpage of weekly recap, and I'm going to have as many subpages as I like. Another way to create a subpage is by mousing over the main page, the one I want it to live under, the parent page, and select the three dots over on the right-hand side. You'll see I then have the option to duplicate this page. This is really handy if you're going to use the same layout over and over again. Or I'm going to select the option in this case, the fourth one down, that says Add Subpage. I can then come here, and maybe this one would be week of May 24th. And then I can hit Done. This will automatically add this as a subpage to that main one. And you can see I can tell that because it has been indented. If I come up here to my navigation bar, I can see that I have those two options living underneath. If I wanted to change these, so since this is a blog, usually our most recent entries are at the beginning, I can click on my page and I can drag it to another location. And that's going to be indicated by that blue line. As you build pages and subpages, Google will automatically add these to your navigation bars, but you may also want to link them to other places in the site, and you have a couple of options to do this. In this case, I want to put my weekly recap page, and I wanted to link it on my home page. So I'm going to go back to my home page, and I'm going to go ahead and just link my words here that say weekly recap. To do that, I'm going to highlight and select my link option. It's the one that looks like a little chain. You'll see I will then be given by Google by default options for the other pages and subpages within my site. In this case, I'm going to hit Weekly Recap and hit Apply. This is now linked to the other page within my site, giving my users two options to get to that page. Another option for providing navigation to pages and subpages on your site is to insert a button. Buttons are found under the Insert menu, about the fourth option down. When you select Button, you'll be prompted to give that a name. So in this case, I'm going to say Special Events. And then there'll be a spot to put a link. Again, you can link to an external site if you wished, or Google will present you with all of the options of the pages and subpages you have in your site. In this case, I'm going to select my subpage for Special Events. I then hit Insert. I will then have a button that I can move around and put wherever I want. Again, you'll see it'll resize based on if you've stacked it with other pieces of information or text. There's no right or wrong way as to how you link to your pages and subpages within your site, but it's always best to be consistent. Either always link text or create buttons, but the choice is yours.